So this year we decided to launch a brand new class at Marlboro called The Presence of the Past. And so I see the class as a kind of interdisciplinary collaborative class organized around the Town of Marlboro's 250th anniversary.
And I guess on a very shallow level it is about, local Vermont history, but on a deeper level it's about memories and how we kind of romanticize or fill in memories within history and what stories are told through those memories and what that means in the context of a larger history.
I'm a New York native, and in the course I am the sort of outsider. I am a research-oriented artist, and I am a person who in all my work enters history in some way and tries to get inside a piece of marginalized history and figure out how to lift it.
History comes alive for people when they have something tangible to look at. You're standing in a place where hundreds and thousands of years has gone by, but then you look at this last 150 years, well, there were humans here and they did something, and you can see the remnants of that. That's such a powerful thing for students or anyone to come to grips with.
Beautifully laid cornerstone, because this opening was
We went out into the woods around Marlboro, and we got to take a hike through a lot of old cellar holes. He was able to tell us the physical history of the area through the remnants of these stone walls and the remnants of the cellar hole, and how buildings looked and how the landscape looked over 100 years ago.
I wouldn't have paid attention to it, but just from the way the land fell, Forrest was telling us, he's like, this was probably the main road.
And it's a team-taught class with me in American Studies and Carol Hendrickson in Anthropology and Brenda Foley in Theater and Performance Studies.
The students are all doing projects. Some are working with diaries, some are working with letters, some are working with maps, speeches, theater productions, and again, incorporating historical themes, but using the presence of facts, details, insights, along with the absence of this information to make something that is both reflective of the past but true to their interest.
I am personally writing a play about a small town, talking about larger issues of protection, and also the idea of New England as God's frontier, the first frontier.
The students that I've worked most closely with, I've been impressed that even if this location is not familiar to them, they're really understanding that they have to look for how these different elements can come together and weave together into some kind of story.
But it's been interesting to be the only native Vermonter in this class. I feel like I am at this weird place where I'm telling my own story, but also trying to recreate it in an academic setting. It's been really interesting.
One thing that Ain has said often to me is that the idea that history is knowable is a conceit of history. That in fact, history is fundamentally unknowable. But in history in particular, there's a way in which historians want to create a more seamless kind of narrative. And in Ain's work, he's continuously calling attention to the provisional nature of the history that he's telling. And so it's really making us think and kind of pushing at the boundaries a lot, and it's really very welcome.